Welcome into the peer review tutorial. Till this video we have discussed what is peer review, what we do before accepting the invitation to review any research paper, and what we do in a first glance when we accept to review any research paper, and what are the ethical considerations, and what is the journal and editor's perspectives, what the editor wants from the reviewers. And after that we discuss the 4 VAM methodology which is used to review the paper. And also till this video we have discussed that what we check in the title, what we check in the abstract, and what are the basic things which should be discussed in the introductions, and the reviewer must ensure all these things, and what are the basic things which must be included in the methodology or in the literature section. And in this video we will discuss that what the result should prove, what are the basic things which must be discussed in the results section, what are the basic things which must be included in the discussion and in the conclusion section, and also that I will show you one paper that how I commented this paper while reviewing this paper. So let's start the today tutorial. Results. In the results section, the authors actually prove that their methodology is achieving the same thing. Their methodology is valid for which it is designed. I means that what are the basic objective of this paper, what are the contribution of this paper which are discussed in the introductions, the basic research gaps which are mentioned in the introduction section, and for this the methodology, algorithm or techniques which is discussed in the proposed methodology section. The result is proving the same thing. This is the first priority. This must be checked, because I have seen that the authors discuss something different in the title, summarize something different in the abstract, propose something different in the introduction section, propose something different methodology in the methodology section, and their result section discussed or proved something different. So the units, the parameter which are used in the discussion or in the results section, they must properly match with the introduction, that what this paper is exactly contributing, what this paper is exactly contributing to the sense, or how it is doing this. Definitely if the result will use some statistical, then the unit of statistical sum must be clear. For example, if it is a time, the unit must be a second. If we are discussing something about data, this must be MB. So the units which are used in the result, this must be clear, that and the author must ensure that the authors have used the clear basic units, and the tables, the column names must be clearly and concisely written, and you can say that the table must convey full information in the solo form. If the table is given to someone without giving the detailed paper, then this table must contribute, this table must convey information to any new person. That means that the column heading must be clear, and especially the title of the table must be clear. If there are any synonyms or there are any technical words, then this must be used in a full form, in a clear form in the table heading, so the new person may easily understand it in the solo form. And also the tables or the figures which are used in the results section, they must be explained clearly in the text too, and the reviewer must ensure that every table, every figure is discussed here. The reviewer must ensure that the results are not manipulated, the tables are not manipulated, or if any figures are used in the results section, then the reviewers must ensure that nothing is manipulated and there is no data fabrication, which I have seen in the reviewing the literature, that usually authors manipulate data, they manipulate tables or figures. They collect the same paper, they review the same paper, after that they write their own paper and they pick the data, literature, the tables and results from the previous paper and make something, some changes in the existing one and submit a new paper for publications. This is the basic issue. This is, you can say, this is the major issue which exists in the scientific literature, in the scientific review paper. So as a reviewer, it is reviewer duty to identify such like issues and inform the editorial board, the editor, if such system of or such issue exists there. So after the discussion, after the results, we check the discussion, and the discussion, I said, it is discussing the same thing, the same objective, the same problem statement, and proving the same thing, that we have proved these things, we have achieved these things. And the conclusion must ensure that the conclusion discuss that how the gap statement is filled, how or what methodology is used to fill this gap, and what are the challenges or limitation of this paper, and what are the future work which can be done. So these were the basic things which we check in the results, which we check in the discussion, and which we check in the conclusion section. So let's check one paper, a review paper, that how I review it and how I commented on this paper. This is a simple review which I am going to show you. In the first paragraph, and this paper proposed the SMART framework for the education quality assessment. First you have to write that what this paper is going to propose, what are the strengths, what are the advantages, what are the achievement of this paper, to motivate the authors. And after that you have to go on that what are the limitations, what are the issues, what are the typos, what are the grammar issues in the paper. After writing that, I have write about the later that abbreviations, because in the first paragraph you have to write about the abstract title and references. So I have wrote about that the abbreviation is used in the title, which is not clear. And after that I write about something abstract, that clearly defining the problem. Abstract is not clearly defining the problem, objective and contributions, because first time the title and abstract are available for the new readers, and they just read the title and abstract of the paper. So if abstract don't cover everything about the paper, then the readers will not be able that what this paper is exactly going to discuss. Therefore the abstract need revision for the missing. References look in line, however it will be better to refer a recent research paper. So if as a reviewer, if you think that the references are not recent, then you have to suggest the authors that they cite new paper, new literature. In the second part, I discuss the introduction and background. It will also cover the literature too. First thing that you have to mention the page number, the paragraph number are in the section. Page 1, section A, global institutions are discussed. I didn't agree with the claim So if you are not going to agree, then you have to politely write that where you are not going to agree and why. And similarly, uh, further citations are also not reliable, page 1 and 2. Therefore, the second paragraph of the introduction doesn't meet the standards and need revision to portray facts. So if you think that these things need revision, then you should suggest the author to review all these things. Furthermore, adaptive narrow fuzzy interference system is not so common, as I discussed earlier in this course, that if there is any terminology, if there is any methodology which is not familiar to new people or to the new subject, then these methodologies or theories must be explained. So this was the basic comments on introduction and background, and same comments on the methodology. You should write what do you recommend about the methodology. As I discussed, that you have to check the validity and reliability of the methodology. We check that this methodology, this algorithm or this technique is implementing the same thing which is discussed in the introduction. And my comments on results, same, you have to given on section 4 part A, the data set is not clear. This is important thing which I didn't discuss in my previous video. In the result, you must check what is the data set. Is it reliable data set or not? From where this data set is taken? Students' performance is very wide and includes many things. How they are measuring it as a single point, exactly. And if you think there are some techniques which are not clearly defined and the new people will find it difficult, then you have to clearly write it here. And similarly, comments on discussion and conclusion. If you have any comment or suggestion and conclusion, then you have to write there. All these things are usually written in the first or second full read, and after the full read in the third and at the last we discuss if there are any typos or there are any grammatical issues in this paper which doesn't directly link with the idea, doesn't directly link with the science, but formal writing, scientific writing and technical writing is a basic part of writing and publishing. So if the paper misses something related to grammar, misses something related to grammar, spelling, etc., or there is some typos in the paper, then you have to mention in your last paragraph that what are the basics issues in the paper which need to be addressed. So thank you so much for watching.